It's the start of a new year, and with that comes all the possibility of building a business that's actually profitable and can truly change your life. I know it may sound dramatic or cliche, but I truly mean it when I say it's totally possible for you to start and scale an Etsy business that brings in consistent revenue and that could allow you to work from home on your terms, finally doing something you love. I know because it happened to me and has happened for so many of my students as well. So maybe you're just thinking about the idea of starting an Etsy shop this year and wondering how to sell on Etsy successfully, or maybe you've already got an Etsy shop open but just haven't seen the growth and steady stream of sales that you've been wanting. Either way, this video is for you, friend, because I'm sharing the top 7 things that you'll need to implement this year to start, grow, and scale a highly profitable Etsy shop and build the online business you've been dreaming of. Let's dive in. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here and we haven't met yet, I'm Kate. I'm a wife, mom, Etsy seller, and business coach, and I'm here to help you start and scale your online business so that you can make a full-time income doing what you love. If you're excited about these 7 tips today, then give a little love tap on that thumbs up button and let's get going. So the first thing you want to focus on this year to build a successful Etsy shop is to position yourself as the specialist. Now, what I mean by this is that you want to get really specific about the product that you're offering, and you don't want to offer too many random things all in one shop. That gets really confusing for shoppers and doesn't show that you're an expert or a specialist in one thing. Consumers want to buy from the person they feel most confident in, the business that they feel like is most expert, most professional, most trustworthy for the category of the thing they're thinking of purchasing. So you want to niche down and get really specific and decide on one category of product that you could start out offering. You position yourself as the specialist or the expert in this one field because you're going to get better and better, and you're going to increase your knowledge about it. You're going to learn how to make it better quality. You're going to offer all different variations within this one category. So when a buyer lands on your shop, they automatically feel like you know what you're doing, you specialize in this one thing, and they have a higher level of trust in your business because of it. So don't be afraid to get super specific and be the sign person or the phone case person or the digital planner person. You can always branch out later and even start a second shop if you want, but trust me, picking one thing to focus on and positioning yourself as the specialist in that one thing is going to serve you really well. All right, tip number 2 is to level up your photos. If you've watched any other videos of mine, you know how important your photos are. Photography is key for being successful on Etsy. And the first way to go about leveling up your photos is to do research on product photography. Product photography is very different than family portraits or other types of photography. So you want to do specific research on what makes a product photo really eye-catching and click-worthy. You also want to look at the types of photos that are doing really well for other bestseller listings within your niche. Success leaves clues, so look at the listings that are working really well for similar things to what you're wanting to sell and take note of what types of photos that listing uses. Is it a model image? Is it a flat lay? Is it something on a hanger? Is it staged with lifestyle props, or is it plain? What types of surfaces and backgrounds are being used? You want to be really observant of this because there's a reason these types of photos are working well for those specific products. Now, I would encourage you also, if you have a little bit of room in your budget, to invest in a few things that will make your photos really stand out and increase the level of professionalism. Now, I'm not meaning that you have to go out and buy an expensive camera. Of course, if you have room in your budget for that, that might be something that you could look into, but you can generally do just fine with a camera on a smartphone. But I'm talking things like investing in some professional looking backboards or surface boards, or a lighting kit or specific props. Just adding a few of these extras can really take your photos up to the next level. Consider having some lifestyle images as well, maybe with friends that you ask to model your items for you or to use them in some way that your product would really be used in real life, to give some aspirational photos for your shopper. Be creative and offer the shopper views from different angles, up close, far away. They want to see it as many ways as possible, and the more quality photos you can use on your listing, the better. One extra tip here that I really wish someone had shown me how to do early on is how to get that really nice blurry looking background. If you've noticed, a lot of product photos will have the product in focus in the foreground, and then whatever's in the background will be really blurry and out of focus. This is a photography technique using depth of field and really putting some extra focus on the product itself. It makes it look really sharp, really clear, and really professional. Now, of course, if you're using a real camera, you can achieve this effect by setting your aperture really low, but you can also achieve a similar effect with a smartphone by using portrait mode. Play around with it and see if that effect might work for some of your photos, because I personally think that adds such a level and a feel of professionalism. Okay, Okay, moving on to tip number 3, and that is to increase your knowledge of Etsy strategy. You've probably heard me say it before, but I truly believe leaders are learners. You never want to stop learning and being more strategic and smarter with the way that you build your business. There are so many dynamics at play when it comes to building a successful Etsy shop that can actually break through the market saturation, be discovered, and make consistent sales. But I guarantee you the shops that have reached that level of success are the ones that know what they're doing and they're putting smart strategy into place. They're not just tossing up some listings that they've really guessed on and crossing their fingers and hoping that something happens. They've researched and they know what works with the Etsy algorithm to be discovered, what consumers are looking for, and what elements need to be in place in a listing to make the sale. So you never want to stop learning and being informed as to how to create and optimize listings that'll actually get discovered and stand out on the platform. Now, I have a free 1-hour masterclass that I have packed all of my Etsy strategy knowledge into that is available to you at etsymasterclass.com if you want to sign up and watch my free masterclass. I literally share with you step by step how I built my 6-figure Etsy business. Everything from doing product research to identify products that are going to sell really well on Etsy, to offering those products either in a proven or a predicted trend, to creating click-worthy photos and images for your listing, to using smart SEO, which is your search engine optimization, and creating a content plan for your marketing to really get traffic to your shop from day one. So I'll have that free masterclass linked in the description box below if you want to click through and learn how to level up your Etsy strategy. All right, tip number 4 is to work on your shop consistently. Now, this may seem like a no-brainer, but you wouldn't believe how many people start with all the enthusiasm in the world, but they don't make it a consistent habit to regularly work on and improve their shop and build it out, and then 6 months down the road just throw in the towel because nothing's happening. I can guarantee you're not going to see results if you don't put 100% effort in. So don't give 50% and then be upset that nothing happened and you didn't see the success that you were wanting. To break through and find success on Etsy, you truly have to be consistent in working on your shop, always thinking of the next thing you can do to level it up, to build it out more, to make your listings better, to optimize things more, to be marketing and promoting more and bringing in traffic. All of that is necessary, especially in the beginning when you're just starting to lay the foundation and the groundwork for your business. Now, I know you're probably busy. You might have kids and a family and another job. I'm sure your life is really full. So this may mean sacrificing a little bit and working when the kids are napping or working after they go to bed, or taking a few Saturdays when you're not working at your other job to really dedicate to working on your Etsy shop. This may mean sacrificing a few cups of coffee here and there so that you can save up and buy that lighting kit that you know is going to level up your photos. Again, it won't always be like that, but the foundational stage of building your business oftentimes does require a little bit of sacrifice. But if you're willing to do that and you're willing to give 100% and consistently work on your shop and build it up, it will be so worth it in the end. Moving on to our next tip here, which is where we're going to use strategic SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization, and this is how we're going to optimize our listings or create listings that are strategically created in specific ways so that the algorithm on Etsy can tell what it is and help it to break through and be shown to the right shoppers. If you create a listing and you don't know what you're doing with your title, your tag section, your description, your categories, your attributes, the algorithm is not going to take note of your listing and it's never going to be ranked high in the search, which means it's just going to be buried beneath tons and tons of other listings. We don't want that, so we're going to put in the time to research our keyword phrases and use SEO in a smart and strategic way in those different areas of the listing to help the algorithm push us up higher and higher in the Etsy search results. This doesn't happen by pure luck. It doesn't happen by just guessing what your title should be. It happens by doing intentional research and using an SEO tool, something like Sales Samurai. On Sales Samurai, you can find highly searched keyword phrases and determine which phrases you should plug into your title and tags and description that's going to be met with the same query that the shopper is typing in, so the algorithm knows who to show your listing to and how to help it rank in the search. I do have a free trial for Sales Samurai if you're interested in trying that out and seeing how you like it for your SEO research. That'll be linked in the description box below, and you can input the code KATE20 for 20% off at the time that you sign up. So if you do stay on past the free trial and decide to get on one of their paid plans, then that'll give you 20% off the lifetime of your subscription. All right, our next tip is that you don't want to rely on the Etsy search alone to bring in traffic. Now this can be a little bit confusing, I know, because we might be thinking, well, the reason we want to be on Etsy is because it has this large organic built-in audience that's already on there searching for things, right? Which, yes, that's true. But when you're first starting out, your listings are not going to be ranking high enough on the first and second page of search to get the eyeballs of the shoppers on them. So our goal in the beginning is to do whatever we can to get those listings ranking higher and higher to be discovered. There are 7 different ranking factors that the Etsy algorithm takes into account, but one of the major parts of it is sales volume. How many sales does that specific listing have on it, and how often does it convert? So in the beginning, we really want to be stacking sales as much as possible on our listings, getting as much sales volume on our listings so that they can start ranking higher and higher. So we can't rely on the natural traffic yet on Etsy. It's really up to us to promote it off of Etsy, either on social media, a blog, a podcast, doing collaborations with other people, pitching ourselves for media features. You can really do a lot of things to promote and market your shop off of Etsy and bring in your own external traffic to make sales on your listings. The more sales that you're able to bring in for your listings, the higher they'll start to rank. And then as they start to rank higher, that's when the natural organic sales from the Etsy search and shoppers that are on the platform will start to happen. So I definitely don't recommend when you're first starting just tossing your listings up on your shop and sitting back and waiting. That's probably not going to bring in any traffic. You really need to start getting the momentum and getting the traction going yourself in the beginning. Comment below and let me know what platform you're thinking of marketing on. Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it a podcast? Do you have a blog? I would love to know what platforms you're using to drive traffic to your shop. All right, another tip here is that you want to add customization options whenever possible. Etsy shoppers love to be able to customize and personalize what they're buying. They want to have options. This is one reason why people choose to shop on Etsy as opposed to a place like Amazon or eBay. So there are a lot of different ways to have variation options. This could be something like size or color or pattern type or material type, font style or stain color. If you sell jewelry, it could be the type of hardware that's on the jewelry. Be creative and think of what options, even if it's just 1 or 2, that you could give to your potential buyer. I can confidently say that if a buyer has narrowed it down to 2 listings that they're looking at buying, one with variation options and one not, the one with the variation options is really highly likely to make the sale as opposed to the one that doesn't have any. So I hope this helps, friends. If you found value in this video and found these tips helpful, would you give a big thumbs up on this video and consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already? Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of our new weekly content. Now, I mentioned in one of the previous tips the importance of using search engine optimization and doing research to find highly searched keywords. And if you're like, I have no clue how to even start with that, I got you, friend. I have a whole SEO video that goes through my step-by-step process and how I use the tool Sales Samurai to do research on highly searched keywords and to validate my product ideas before I ever even create the listings. So if you're interested in seeing my step-by-step process on that, then you can just tap on the square on the screen right now and that'll take you over to watch that SEO video. Talk soon, friends.